Most people look at a tree and see wood, leaves, maybe some shade in the summer. But a tree is actually a living system. Inside this tree right now, water is moving from the roots up into the canopy, while energy produced in the leaves is being distributed throughout the entire structure. Even though it looks still from the outside, there's constant activity happening inside it. To understand why trees are living systems, it helps to look at what's happening inside them. The roots absorb water and minerals from the soil. That water travels upward through microscopic tubes inside the trunk called xylem. At the same time, the leaves are capturing sunlight and producing sugars through photosynthesis. Those sugars move through another system called phloem, distributing energy through the entire tree. So inside a tree, there's always movement. Water moving upward, energy moving through the branches, resources being distributed between the roots, trunk, and canopy.
Every part of the tree depends on that system working together. The roots are pulling water and nutrients. The leaves are producing energy. The trunk and branches are supporting the structure and moving those resources throughout the tree. When something changes, like wind, drought, storm damage, or pruning, that tree has to adjust how the whole system operates. That's also why pruning needs to be done carefully. When branches are removed without understanding the tree's functions, it can disrupt the way a tree distributes energy and manages its structure. Sometimes a tree responds by pushing out fast, weak growth. Other times it becomes stressed and more vulnerable to decay or structural problems later on. Trees will always try to adapt, but the way we work on them can either support that system or work against it. Trees also deal with damage differently than people expect. They don't heal the way humans do. Instead, they isolate damage areas and continue growing around them. Over time, they redirect energy and adjust their growth to stay stable. Understanding those responses is what allows arborists to guide the structure of a tree over time.
That's why understanding tree biology matters so much. Trees are incredibly resilient organisms, but they can struggle when they're planted incorrectly, stressed by poor soil conditions, or pruned without understanding how they grow. The more we understand how trees function as living systems, the better decisions we can make about how to care for them.
For homeowners, this really matters because the trees around your house are part of that system. When a tree grows, loses a branch, or goes through a storm, it constantly adjusts how it uses water and energy. When trees are cared for thoughtfully, they can live for decades and provide shade, beauty, and stability in a landscape. But like any living organism, they do best when people caring for them understand how they work. This video is the start of a series where we're going to explore how trees actually work. We'll talk about roots, growth, pruning, storms, and many other factors that affect the tree health here in Arizona. Because the more we understand trees, the better we can care for them. Climate High Tree Experts, professional tree care backed by science.